Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. So, we continue on our 2024 trade deadline previews with the Colorado Avalanche. So, the Avalanche are obviously 2 years removed of that Stanley Cup run a few years back, and all they're trying to do is do it again. So, as of right now, they are currently 32, 17, and 4 for 68 points, and they are second overall in the Central Division. So, obviously, with Colorado, definitely they're going to be buyers. There's really no question about it. However, they have no cap space, no projected cap space. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have cap space. They may make some LTIR moves to make some money, flip some money around, make it work. But as of right now, projected cap space, they're right at the line, essentially, which should not surprise any of you since they've been a contending team the last couple of years. So, obviously, Colorado, they have a lot of UFAs heading into the 2024 offseason. Now, we are a ways away from that, and there probably may be some moves that guys may get, traded away for other assets. But as of right now, their UFA list is very long. You got Andrew Cogliano, Jonathan Drouin, Zach Parise, Joe Kiviranta, Oscar Olofsson, Josh McDermott, Jack Johnson, Caleb Jones, and Pavel Francouz. Let's go through each name here. Cogliano was a part of the Stanley Cup run. I would imagine that after this year, there is a chance that he retires, in fact. But obviously, we'll find out if that does happen or if it doesn't happen. Obviously, that's something we got to talk about. Drouin, he's been all right, I guess, with the Avalanche. I don't see him getting traded, probably just a fourth-line assets. Well, he's probably going to be. Parise, they just signed. So I don't expect anything to happen with him. Kiviranta has been a depth or fourth-line player. There's Oscar Olofsson, kind of the same thing. McDermott, Johnson, and Jones have all been depth defenders. And then Pavel Francouz, obviously the backup goalie. However, he's been injured for a lot of this season. I don't think he's going to come back either. So, definitely there. There's a lot of guys that probably won't get signed, but I would imagine the majority of these players will get re-signed to about the same contracts they're at. I don't see any of them getting moved to the deadline. I don't see any of that happening. There is a chance that does happen, obviously, but definitely, you don't want to move all of them, of course. Your RFAs, however, is a very short list. You got Justice Anunin, who is a goalie. So, that's a very short RFA list. The UFA list is what we're worried about. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, not a whole lot to worry about. Not all of those players, if you lose them per se, it's going to drastically affect your team. No, these are all depth players who are playing minor roles on this Avalanche team. So if you're the Avalanche this trade deadline, what exactly do you want? What do you want to bring into the fold for this cup run that you're going to try and go on? Because we remember that in the last time they went to the Cup final and they won the Stanley Cup in 2022, they made moves acquiring a top 4D in Josh Manson. They got Lehkonen, they got Cogliano, they got Helm. They made a mix of big name moves, but also a mix of depth and extra player moves. So they made some pretty smart acquisitions at last year's deadline. There is a chance that some of that stuff may happen again. Now, their biggest needs, I would say, for the Avalanche would be A, offensive depth. You want depth on the blue line and on the offense as well. And then maybe a backup goalie. The only concern that I have with this Avalanche team as of right now, the offense is good, the defense is good, the goaltending. Georgiev has been a concern. There's no denying it. In last year's playoffs, there was some concern. Now I think there's definitely some concern heading into this playoffs. Can Georgiev be the goalie that wins the Avalanche the Stanley Cup? And that could be the deal breaker for this team overall. That could be what breaks this Avalanche team and prevents them from going all the way. But obviously I have written down as a backup goalie. So Georgiev, is he playoff ready, is a whole nother discussion for another video. But regardless, they probably want a backup goalie or at least a suitable goalie that can come in if Georgiev gets hurt in the playoffs and play. I don't think a Noonan or the other guy they have in there is going to really be a smart move for them, personally. Or Prosvetov, that's the name. Movable pieces, they do have a 2024 first, so there is a chance that they do move that. However, they have shown that last year they wanted to keep their first and go out and draft some players. then maybe because this draft class is deep. But obviously, if the Avalanche get a chance to move their first round pick for a very suitable player this trade deadline, I would think they would do that. And then obviously, too, you got the 2025 one, too, and then also some BC level prospects are guys you maybe could move. Now, I don't think you're moving Gulilev. I don't think you're moving any of the big name guys or the bigger name guys, but guys that are not really, that big of a deal if you lose them type of players. So definitely the Avalanche are a team that probably will buy in. It's just a matter of what exactly they'll do. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. Hit that subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate it. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next deadline preview. Adios.